my 2 teeth taken out, so I can't really talk that well. But I got Meatball with me. I got Fool's Gold with me. We're gonna head on over to DNS Fabrication and see if we can't get this rear fixed up so we can go racing this weekend in the Untouchable No Prep series. Hopefully all goes well. I don't know how long it's gonna take them to fix it, but maybe we'll be testing tonight, tomorrow night. Either way, we got a couple of days until we absolutely have to be ready for the race. So honestly, I say we just disconnect everything.
Yep, drop these out.
Drop everything out, and then that way we can make sure the rear is centered on that fucking bolt again. Yeah, there you go, get the money shot. So explain kind of what we think was wrong and what you did to fix it.
Well, the rear was tracking, obviously.
Right.
So there's a spacer and there's a shim. The shim was flipped up on the underside of it, which was given a little room to wiggle around and stuff like that. So we flipped them off, locked them in, dropped the rear back down on top of it. We're gonna weld the spacer up to the
leaf spring purchase.
Leaf spring purchase on it, yeah. So that way it all stays nice and tight and hopefully keeps from tracking. They're all centered up.
And you did something I've never done. That's using measuring tape.
Yeah, well, you got to use them sometimes.
Sometimes. How do you read them things? I don't even know.
Unless it tells you the numbers.
Right, the big number. Oh, that's the good one right there. Yeah, okay, I need one of those. All right.
Best car.
took the car out to test it. Shout out to my man Justin, who came out there with me. That's the man that fixed up my rear end. And it was just having problems. It wanted to die. It died at the gas station. Had to get jump started. Then I brought it out there. The burnout was weak. We didn't even get video of the burnout. The burnout was real weak. I didn't have my RPM gauge wasn't on for some reason. Like, it was on, the light's on, but it wasn't reading. So then we back it up, everything, figure out, won't start again. We finally get it jump started. RPM gauge starts working, the headlights seem brighter. I say, okay, it's charging now for some reason. Now it wants to charge. And went to make a test hit. As soon as I went to put my foot on the floor with the trans brake, it lost RPM again, and then we had nothing but problems. Took off. Nitrous, for some strange reason, delayed reaction came on. It started pulling a little bit, felt a little bit good, and then it went pop and just kind of half-assed. Now back to where it was doing again, where it doesn't want to throttle up all the way. I have no clue what's going on. Not a happy camper, but this is why we test. This is why we test early. This is why I should have been testing Monday, not Wednesday, because now I have even less days to figure this thing out, get it tested, everything, and keep it moving. But we're gonna do what we can, because even if the state of Ohio goes crazy and doesn't allow spectators and we can't race Untouchable for some strange reason, there's a local slow car cash days that I'd really like to be in. So I'm gonna see if I can't get this thing right. After last night's less than stellar testing performance, today I went on the hunt for a resistor, but what I was actually able to find is somebody local had the Holley alternator plug that has the resistor built in. So I was able to snag that today, came home, put it on the car. I'll show it to you guys real quick. And we're going to test, see how it's working. Now the battery was super dead. I let it run for a little while. Now I've let it sit for a little while, so this is going to be really the test to see if the battery was charging or not. Let me show you guys this wire. So the Holley deal, all it is this plug, and it's got one single wire that comes off, and there's the resistor right there melted into the wire. Now let's see if we've been charging it all and if this is going to work. So we'll do just ignition so we don't put a bunch of strain on it. It looks like we're charging again. I got 14 volts at the alternator, so I think that's going to be it. Now it looks like some rain's moving in. I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to test, and I still need to find a trailer to get to Marion, so I got a lot of stuff to figure out. Let me tell you how much my car loves me. It's Thursday night before we're supposed to leave for Ohio to go to Marion County, right? Because I want to get ahead. I want to be early. You know what I mean? If you're not early, you're not on time. Shout out to the Army for that one. But I don't even remember what I was doing. Did something. Oh, fix the alternator. Fix the alternator. Got that working out. Blah, blah, blah. Adjusted the wide open throttle switch because it wasn't coming on unless I like mashed the gas. It was really hard. So I tried to make it a little easier on the wide open throttle switch. And then I go to start it. Right? Broke the starter. So good news is I have another starter. Not a big deal. I'll throw the starter in, but now it's starting to rain out there and it's too late to take it out testing anyway. So who knows? Once again, another weekend, another untested car going out to race. Today's one of those good news, bad news situations. Bad news is that Untouchable No Prep got canceled. So we didn't go out to Ohio. Good news is the weather here locally is beautiful. And somebody threw together a nice little 16-car cash days that I am in. So you guys saw I've been playing with the timing and on the trans brake, trying to get it to make more power, trying to figure out where my burnout went. Can't get my burnout back for some reason. I even tried using water because I was like, I just want the slipperiest stuff ever, you know, no traction compound, no sticky. And even still, it's just very weak in the burnout. I think it's come to the point where I'm either going to have to do one of two things. I'm either going to have to start spraying this thing during the burnout to do the big nasty burnout like it needs to, or I might have to send the converter back to Hughes and get them to loosen it up slightly. The problem with that is that we still haven't sprayed it with the full amount of nitrous yet, which is going to end up somewhere in the 200s. I don't know, 200, 250, maybe 3, who knows. We'll see when we get there if everything will hold together that long. But for tonight, we're just going to kind of send it as is. It sucks because I wanted to do some things with the tune-up and put the bigger jet in it, you know, for the nitrous. I talked to Bill. He's like, man, just put the bigger jet in it and drive it. Unfortunately, that isn't going to work out today. So I'm going to do the best I can, which is this tune-up should... I have not made a full nitrous hit 8th mile yet. But from what I've been seeing and feeling and the changes that we made and everything, this should go A to B down that road. So I'm going to gamble with A to B down that road, and maybe, I think maybe just up the nitrous jet like one size just for the heck of it. Because I know that my fuel jet is oversized slightly, so maybe I'll bring that down. I don't know, I'll do something just to try to give it a little bit more power. But as far as burnouts are concerned, we're just not getting it. I don't know what to do about that. I think maybe it is just, you know, converter is really tight, and that's a good thing. If I was making the power that I was supposed to make, that's ultimately the problem. Is I hate taking the converter out, sending it back to them for them to loosen it up, for us to turn around and do it all over again when it's time to go turbo. So I'm either just going to work with what I've got, or I'm going to send it back and we're going to play this game for a while. So I think I might just work with what I've got and, you know, start collecting the parts to go turbo and fuel injection and try to figure it out from there. But for now, this is about as good as it's going to get. Luckily for me, the race spot is pretty close. I'm going to drive the car there. We're going to see if we can get some cash days action in tonight.
They both say it was bullshit. I understand. We got water now. Sheeny.
Wow. So hopefully I get the video from somebody because my in-car video didn't work. I had to drive the shit out of that thing. As it turns out, we figured out, somebody told me my tire pressure was real low. My gauge showed 12, somebody else's showed 9, so we started using the 9, and while we were there, somebody said the cops were coming. They heard it on the scanner, so we're back to the meet spot. I got air in the tires, I pulled some timing out. I'm gonna lower the bottle pressure a little bit, try to make it a little easier to get down this road, because I pedaled the shit out of that thing, and we'll go from there, round 2.
Tony came for the win, baby.
Yeah, I don't think he went over it, but he rode on it.
He's still on the line.
It's about 4 a.m. and I just made it home, and let me tell you, it was one hell of a night. I felt like I really needed to film the outro for this one because a bunch of things happened tonight. For one, I went out and I raced. You know, I drove my car to the race spot, back to the meet spot, race spot, everything. I drove everywhere, raced, won round 1, driving the crazy, you know, driving the piss out of the thing. I can't even, you know, whatever. Man, I'm tired. But I drove the piss out of it and won round 1. I turned it down for round 2 and maybe turned it down a little bit too much. It still wanted to sway on the big end, you know, as it picked up mile an hour, so I got to get that figured out. It might just be a tire pressure issue. I'm going to call JB Hall. We'll get it fixed up immediately. Don't worry. And then I got to run the White Nova, which was in an old video. I actually ran him with the Mustang back when his Nova was like a 305, like it was nothing. And now he's built a little motor, he's got it on spray, everything. And I edged him out by like a fender. That was a great race. We both went down the road, still wanted to sway a little bit, did that. And then at the end of the night, I got to do something that I honestly never thought I'd have the opportunity to do. And that's line up against my great friend, Tom Binkley. And for those of you guys that don't know, Tom is like the best dude in the world, and he helps anybody. He's always there for everyone. He was recently, you know, involved in an accident where, you know, he got hit in the eye when at work. Long story short, you know, he just got cleared to, you know, start kind of driving again a little bit, racing again. So obviously he had the truck turned down, and I don't know that he's raced anybody since the accident. He probably has, but even still, like, that was a moment for me that I was really, really happy with, you know, getting to race my friend like that. And I hung on with him for like, I don't know, 60, 100 feet or something. And then we got to the big end, and he gapped the dog shit out of me and pulled the chute, but we got out of the, you know, got out of the cars, hugs, smiles, man, it was awesome. It was an absolutely great experience. So had a great time racing locally with the local guys. So I wanted to show them a bunch of love in this video. So everyone that sent me videos, you know, I don't know, we haven't gotten there yet, but I'm going to try to make sure that all those videos make it into the vlog, so that way we're good to go there. And it was a great night, you know. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I couldn't be more proud of myself. I went out there by myself, a bunch of people, you know, lended a hand, helped out. I really appreciate that. But, you know, I made adjustments on my own. I thought about it, I called friends, I asked for help, everybody, this, that, and the other, but I made the car go down the road. Unfortunately, round 2 wasn't enough. It was actually racing one of the guys that I lost round 1 to last time when I almost put it in a cornfield, and he ended up winning the whole thing. He went to the finals again tonight, so definitely not mad, you know, to lose to him. I think that I definitely have power left in it, just not even up in the nitrous yet, just, you know, timing stuff. So I definitely want to run him again. He's a great dude. Everyone that went out tonight, great dudes, great time. Can't wait to do it again. It feels like a great weight has been lifted off my shoulders, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm really, really sorry that I had an in-car cam set up for round 1 and I screwed it up, and I really wish I didn't, because if you guys could have heard me yelling and screaming when I won round 1, it'd have been probably the most entertaining thing the whole video. So obviously got some stuff to fix out. I'm gonna get the swaying sorted, talk to Hughes. We're talking about possibly setting my converter back and, you know, loosening up a little bit based on its current setup, because when I got the converter, it was based on what I thought the setup was going to be, and then there was an opportunity to throw the car together with a bunch of random parts and pieces, so we just threw it together. So it wasn't exactly the setup, you know, that the converter was made for. I'm sure I'll pick up some time there. I know I will. You know, I still have more nitrous to put on. I still got to get the timing figured out, you know, exactly where it's happy and everything, but we're getting there one step at a time, and it was a great night. So, man, I love this shit. Any night you can catch me on the street, damn good night.